Hey guys, so welcome to my channel. My name is Cherie Monique, and here we talk about and showcase plants and what's going on with my plants. Now, when I don't have time and a lot's going on, I will most definitely be having up my Planty diaries, which are shorts. So you guys are able to check that out and kind of keep an eye on my plants, know what to expect from baby plants because all of my plants are. Well, you can't tell my regular show because my regular show is. Well, I guess with how big it can get, it is a baby in comparison. So yeah, all my plants are babies. So you guys get to kind of have like a look at that and watching plants really grow from being like small babies to like adult, mature plants, which is really fun. For me, it's fun. Plants are like a woosah, a good headspace, a cleansing thing, for me. And maybe it's that for you guys too. If it is, let me know down below in the comments. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys what's been going on with my plants, how they are doing, little changes that have happened here and there, and I hope you guys are able to enjoy the content. If you have any tips or tricks, any like advice, or anything like that, make sure to comment that down below. Let's go ahead and get into the video. So I have two new items in here. And one is this. I have to move it from where it is. It has so I can get actual good light. I want to put it into my living room. My other two plants I do not share with you guys on a daily. Because yeah. Anyways, once I get more plants then I'll start sharing those. But they're ivy plants. They're doing well. They're not really growing right now. They're probably going a little dormant. Actually, they are growing. They're just growing really slow. But I think honestly, one of the bigger ivy, I want to put it outside, which is why I'm not really showcasing it. And then the other one, I'm just not sharing it. And I'm probably going to cut it and prop it. I'm probably going to cut it, prop it, and so I can make the pot full so then they all grow down. Anyways, I'm all over the place in everything that I do. So whatever. So that's the first thing. I got this for my cuttings. I did take a cutting from the plant right here. You can see the new growth from it. So I did take a cutting from that pothos, my neon pothos. And that single leaf right here, that one used to be inside. That's an old cutting that I should not have potted up, honestly. So I took it out and hopefully it'll live. If it don't, it's all right. I ain't tripping. And then this one right here was when I had first done the cuttings from my philodendron micans. It activated 2 growth points. This is from one of the growth points. The growth point that kind of activated from the side, not the top. So I went ahead and just took it off and put it there so I can just repot it once it gets some good roots. So I'm really happy to have this for my cuttings. That's a great thing to have. And then I got some mosquito bits because I am dealing with some fungus gnats, and it's in the pothos. It's really the source of everything. And then there are some little spots here and there. I think probably from like the strawberry plant that I have. Honestly, anywhere that I had put actual soil, I realized those are the places that are having that issue. So, yeah. And I realized it's affecting my other plants too. So I had to get the mosquito bits. So we got some mosquito bits. They were like 11 something on Amazon, I think. The smaller one was weirdly, maybe because of the container it was in. It was in one of those shaking containers to kind of like shake out the mosquito bits. So it was like 14, I think it was. 14 some change. So I got the cheaper one, which is also the bigger one. Crazy. I got to look at it and see how to go about putting it into the plants. I'm going to start it out with the pothos. So that's going to be the first one that I do. So yeah, let me go ahead and show you guys a close-up look of the pothos. It's not really happy right now. And honestly, a lot of what's going on with all of my plants, as you guys probably have already noticed, I've changed some stuff around, is the lack of a humidifier. The humidifier that I have to throw it away because it's not working. It'll like shoot out a little bit and then it'll stop. And so that's not really, what's the purpose of having it if it's not going to work? So I had to buy another one. That one should be coming in on Wednesday, I think. So because of all of that, I had to move a lot of stuff around. Yeah, and my plants are also suffering to an extent. They are kind of suffering. So let's look at the pothos. My neon pothos. It looks pretty, kind of, doing its own thing. Thing. I don't know what's going on with that leaf. But this is how it's looking. It has some crispy edges on it. It looks like really kind of like good from the top, don't it? From this angle. And then it's naked back here. It's just naked. Yeah, it's doing this thing. It's not dying. I did have one part that I had to take out. It was, go down. It was planted, hold on you guys, up in this area right here. And it rotted. Probably because, going from it being in a one potting medium to being in a more moisture retentive soil based medium, then that one just kind of shocked and did not enjoy it. Okay, I'm pretty sure the other ones were dealing with that too, but the other ones have more of a root system than that one. So yeah, that's really all with that one, honestly. It's really all with that one. This one, by now, honestly, because this is how I know something is going on. I know that the plants are not enjoying not having the humidifier. Because by now, after this leaf came out, this right here will be putting out a new one already. Because it kind of bounces back and forth. It was fine at first, but then I think the plant is now really feeling the effects of it. You can tell by like the end of this leaf right here, where it's a little brown. It wasn't doing it before. This even crisped off on the end of it. Yeah, it even crisped off on the end of that one. So it's kind of like my plant's really not enjoying it. It's not dying or any crazy thing like that. It's just not enjoying the fact that it doesn't have the humidity that it normally has. And that's my opinion. It could be because of the weather change, but in this room, the temp has always bounced from like warm to hot. It did have one night where it was cold in here because I didn't turn my temperature up enough in here. But, life, things, all that craziness, all that jazz. Yeah. This one, oh yeah, my Ficus tenaci. That was my Ficus tenaci. And this one, my fiddle leaf fig. Normally by now, since it put out this huge leaf, a new leaf will be coming out on this one too, and it's not, which is why I believe that the humidifier is playing a major role in what's going on with my plants. So hopefully when I get the humidifier in, it'll help the plants to bounce back. I did cut off one of the leaves at the bottom of the fiddle leaf fig, and then you see this leaf right here is like, y'all see that leaf? That's how I know my plant is not like, it's not happy right now. And it also needs to be repotted. It's a lot going on because I got to keep it as happy as possible until I can get a bigger pot and more soil, because I am a plant mom on a budget, honey. Oh my God, it's like having children and they're like at the point where their toes are almost touching the end of their shoe and you realize, oh, I gotta buy you some more shoes, but I don't get my check until 2 more weeks. So we gotta hold off and wait. It's one of those moments. So yeah. And now my philodendron lichens. This right here is the only one of my cuttings that is doing good. So it's still in here. It looks like it's fine. I cannot wait to get the humidifier in here because, like I said, game changer. Okay. It was doing great in the cabinet, but I had to take it out of the cabinet because of me moving stuff around. Freaking sucked. Sucked hard. So this right here is where I made that cutting. Took that cutting from that's inside, that's propagating right now. So it's really simple. It's just hanging there. It's not dying. It's just hanging around, pushing out some new growth. Hold on, why is it not focusing? Yeah. Anyways, don't worry about what's in that cup beside it. I gotta, whatever. There's nothing in there really. Nothing to be concerned about or that I find to be important. Let's see. So we have new leaves on all of our alocasias. My Alocasia Regal Shield, I don't know what's going on with that, but my Alocasia Regal Shield has a new leaf coming out finally. And again, I think the humidity or lack thereof, as far as like the humidifier, played a big role in what was going on, because I had to move it from off the top to put it down because the humidifier decided it didn't want to work anymore, or work properly anymore, I should say. So yes, finally getting it back into the groove of things and pushing out a new leaf. I'm so proud of it. My my Alocasia Black Velvet. I don't know. Hopefully I didn't say philodendron earlier when I was talking about the radio show. Lord. Yeah, my Alocasia Black Velvet is pushing out a new leaf, which will be the second leaf that has gotten in my care. Proud of it. Look how it looks. And this leaf right here goes through its own little thing. From a moment it'll be kind of like situated more upward. At some points it's leaning more down, and it's curled underneath. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's not dying, so I'm just gonna allow it to do what it's doing, because I know there's nothing wrong with the soil. But I do know that it does have a little corm already that at the top that it's already forming. And I will show you guys that, but I don't really want to open up the cabinet again. I didn't open it up for the day. Enough for the day. Unless something dramatic happens and I have to take something out of something, I really don't want to have to open it up right now. And then finally another new leaf. Second new leaf on my Maharani in the back, which I am so proud of. And because I know it does, sometimes they do this thing where they when they're doing a new leaf, an old leaf dies. I don't know if that's going to happen with this one, but I am keeping an eye on the way that leaf looks to see, because that would be the leaf that it would lose. So we'll just kind of see what happens with all of them. They're doing pretty good, even with all of the changes. I cannot wait to get back to being able to have the Regal Shield outside of it, having a humidifier that works real well for the room. I'm hoping for the best. I might leave it like this for a bit. I don't know, because I don't want to have to continually bounce the plant around. So I might just leave the setup the way that it is, because eventually I'm going to have to do some stuff anyway, and I don't know how all of that's going to work, but we'll see when the time comes. We'll see what happens. Let's see. That is the reading that it has right now. 87 degrees Fahrenheit, 78% humidity is what it's reading at right now, which is what it's been around lately. So it's pretty decent temp and humidity. And now for the bottom row that I had to move my second shelf stuff on to. Everybody is doing something. The philodendron, let's realize that. Philodendron Congo green nuclear in the back has a new little leaf that it is trying to push out. So that's nice. So it gave me a leaf, and then it gave me a new leaf that's bigger. Yeah, it's nice. It's doing really well since I put it into the bigger pot. I think it's happy for that. I didn't have much of a root system. Hopefully the root system will feel like it can kind of maneuver more now, and kind of do something, because it wasn't doing nothing before. Then we have my Philodendron Splendid. I put it on a little stick because it is wibbly wobbly. I do know this one really needs to be on a moss pole when it gets bigger. I'm waiting for it to get a little bigger. I'm also waiting to get the moss for the moss poles, which is so weird. I should have got moss when I got the moss poles, but 2020. Hindsight is 2020. But yeah, it's doing good so far. It's not dying or anything. I cut off some of the leaves, probably like two of the leaves that were browning off. So I did cut off the two bottom leaves. So it still looks good though, which is positive. And then we have, let me zoom out some. The app. Look at the abs on that thing. It's so funny to me how this Anthurium clarinervium has abs. The leaf is so funny. It's also kind of weird that the leaf is doing this thing where it's like going straight up and down. If you notice, the other ones aren't doing that the way that one is. I don't know why it is. Probably because it's getting more light than the rest, and it feels like it doesn't need so much light on it. That could be it. I kind of tried to pull it more forward towards the front so I didn't have to worry about that. But yeah. But if you look at it, the leaf is getting like a really good size. The leaf is a really good size. It's just, doing this little thing. And it's happy, so, which is a positive thing, because one day when I pull it out, maybe I'll do once a week or every so often pull out a plant and show you guys it, or how everything looks more up close, especially with the stuff that's inside of the greenhouse. I don't like messing with the temp and humidity inside of the greenhouse too much. So, yeah. And then we have our Philodendron Soderoy that just finished pushing out this leaf and unraveling. I mean, this leaf finished unraveling. It has a weird texture to it. I don't know what's going on with it. It could be the move, like having to shift it from where it was and having to get used to being where it is. Mid it, unraveling and all that stuff. It could be that, but I'm not 100% sure on why it's doing that. We shall see though. I don't know. It's just a weird looking texture to it. I don't know. Maybe you guys can see see how the texture is? Just like a weird visual texture, because I don't know if it feels like that, but it looks like it does, right? It feels weird, or it looks like it feels weird, right? But if you look at the one beside it, it has a totally different like texture to it. So weird, right? Look at the differences, right? Even the leaves though, the leaves have gotten bigger, and maybe the leaf will get a little bigger than what it is right now. But yeah, it has a new growth that is pushing out, so, and the little leaf that's trying to come out, so that's a positive. And last but not least, my Carnosa Crimson Queen, my Hoya, the only Hoya I have. Oh yeah, only Hoya. Oh, let me zoom out on that. Jesus, only Hoya, only Anthurium. Ain't that something? Oh yeah, and there's my strawberry plant. There's my strawberry plant. The leaves are getting bigger, which is great, and eventually, maybe hopefully this weekend I'll get a pot from my mom to put it in, because I don't really need a pot that has, I don't really need a clear pot to see it. I just need a pot where I can I don't need a clear pot. I just need a pot where it can grow outside whenever it's time for me to put it outside. But my Carnosa, my Crimson Queen, yeah, give me a second. I was trying not to start singing that song from Eddie Murphy movie, Coming to America. I'm trying not to sing that song. You can see the growth back here. The two little leaves that are coming up, which is amazing. So it's a slow grower for me compared to some of what the other plants are doing. It grows kind of slow, but it's doing really good so far. I haven't really had any issues out of it, no weirdness out of it or anything like that. So it seems pretty happy where it is currently. I do know that once everything, for all the plants, honestly, whenever it's time for them to like go back to or come out of the greenhouse, I know that they'll have to do like a shift and getting used to the new environment and stuff. So I'm trying everything I know to try to make sure that the environment that I create for it is going to be a healthy environment where it can actually thrive, where it's somewhat similar, not exactly the same, but somewhat similar to the environment that was created inside of the greenhouse. So, cabinet. Inside of the greenhouse cabinet. So, with that being said, I hope you guys were able to like get something out of something I said. Hopefully it was a true update of what's going on with my plants. Two things I do realize I need to talk about real quick. Because I don't make mention of them. I don't ever make mention of it. I always think about it, but I don't make mention of it. So, two things. As far as this plant and this plant, when it comes to it getting thicker, it's harder to notice with this plant, but the I don't know if you call it the stem on the plant. It has gotten a little thicker than what it once was. So I think that the base of the plant, I think it starts to like, when I say base, I mean this. When I say stem, I mean that. Ooh, Jesus. What I mean is I think it slowly gets like thicker to like support the weight of the plant. Now I will say with this one, I noticed that it gets thicker up at the top. It's getting thicker at the top, right? But then this also looks like they got thicker as well. So I'm paying attention to those things because that is something that is curious for me, you know, or I care about paying attention to, because you know how when the plant gets bigger, the base of the plant, the stem of the plant, the spine of the plant, whatever you want to call it, it has to get bigger in order to support the plant. So I think it's pretty cool being able to like watch it and like see it get bigger slowly. They're not like drastic changes. It's not like all of a sudden it's just big. It's just like small changes that grow as the plant grows, which I think is pretty neat and pretty cool. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please put them down below. If you guys have any tips or tricks, put them down below. I would really appreciate it. Please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Especially the liking and the subscribing part. Actually, all of it is necessary and needed. Hello. Because I want to be able to create dialogue with you all and be able to kind of learn from everybody. Because I know, because I'm a new plant mom, you guys know a whole lot more than I do, and it probably can give me some tips and tricks and kind of give me some ideas about things that I never thought about as far as my plants are concerned, and stop me from doing dumb shit. Oh, first time I cursed, 20 minutes in. 21 minutes in, actually. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my content. Hope it is educational. Hope it is informative. Hope it was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed your time. And you guys have an amazing, and I do repeat, amazing day. Bye.